Welcome, viewers. This is the Treasures of Life show, and my name is JONAH SIMBA. I call myself the powerful JONAH SIMBA for your sake. It is because I love you, I care for you. I am delighted to have you listen to me. That is why I know I'm powerful. I am privileged to be able to share with you. My sign language interpreter is Ann Wairimo. How have you been, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know if boys and girls are also listening. Whoever is listening to me right now, how have you been? I want to talk to you about emotional quotient. Some places they say emotional quotient, but let me talk about emotional quotient. You know, people hear of IQ, but in this case, let us focus on EQ, because this is a neglected territory. You see, Treasures of Life show focuses on emotions, emotional growth. We focus on the soul. We focus on the ability to manage, to grow, to have capacity in the soul, in the mind. Because right there lies emotions, lies will, lies the intellect. So emotional quotient is a subject that brings you from your just the intelligence angle to the emotional angle. Let me ask you a question. Are you learned emotionally? Is your soul in a journey? There is no school, I told you, for the soul. It is very rough for the soul. Yet the soul is the real you. The spirit is the real you. Because you are a spirit being possessing a soul and you live in a body. Many times we take the mind to school. The mind is part and parcel of the soul. We take it to school so that it gets intelligent. But no one takes that soul, that mind to school for emotional growth. Many times, the issues of life that affect the body are determined by an area of the soul called the mind. Many times, the issues of life stem from your emotions. You make decisions many times from the emotional angle, yet you only take the intellect to school. You know, the will side is connected to the spirit. There is something subconscious about your will, something deep, something that has been ingrained. Many times it comes from the religious angle. And for those who are not religious, it comes from the subconscious consumption, the things that you've consumed and allowed to get into. There are many things you don't allow to get on the inside, but there are one or two things that you allow to get into the inside. That is a very deep side of you. That is your will. Many times that is the connection, that is the place where the spirit is connected to the soul. Because the spirit is the real you. The choices you make that are eternal, that are divine, that are sacred, that are, unquestionable for those who are not religious, are found right deep in the spirit, because they stem from the part of the soul called the will. So there is a very special connection that the soul plays to connect the body and the spirit. You see, with the body, the soul sends information, and this information comes from emotions, mainly from emotions. And even if you have learned something, the intellect, your knowledge is passed to the body by the soul. And again, the soul, sends messages to the spirit, and these messages are mostly deep. They are will. You know, issues of the will are very deep. Those are the things that no one knows. They are so deep on the inside of you. Even if you were to share them, you would feel a bit weak. You want them so deep. No one knows it. You alone knows it. And that soul sends that info to the spirit. So we see the soul as a bridge between the body and the spirit. The moment somebody dies, we say we have lost a soul, because that connection between the body and the spirit is broken. That is the thing that is broken. The connection is the soul. It connects the body and the spirit. That is why we need to concentrate on this bridge, so that right informations are sent on both sides. How powerful is a soul that is loaded with wisdom, because it sends wisdom in two ways, in double-edged ways. It sends it to the body and it sends it to the spirit. How powerful is that kind of soul? That is why your soul should not be weak. And when you are talking about emotional quotient, you are increasing the capacity of your soul, of your mind. That capacity, to be able to walk in wisdom, in understanding, to be able to stabilize the body, so that the body does not get weak, sick, frustrated, anxious, pained, because it is out of the growth of the soul that you manage. Let me give you some self-awareness lesson, maybe before we begin. I want you to think about yourself right now. Can I help you think about yourself? If you're seated watching me, just hold your head. This is self-awareness. Self-awareness. Hold your head with your right hand. If you're left-handed, hold it with the left hand. I want you to touch your chin with the other hand. Are you watching? Are you listening? I want you to lift up your head. Lift it up. I want you to speak to you. If you're Jonah, say, "You, Jonah, you're watching the Treasures of Life show. Be attentive." This is self-awareness. I want you to come down again, lift it up again, Good. Now, I want you to do something else. Put your hands together for me. Rub it. Rub your hands together. I want you to, this is self-awareness. It helps you to focus on yourself and just nothing but you and the environment around you. Rub it hard until you feel the warmth. Can you now feel the warmth? I want you to put your hands before your face. And I want you to, let me remove my shades. People tell me my eyes don't look like they have any challenge. So you may think I'm looking at you, but I cannot see you. So I want you to rub your hand. And then I want you to bring those warm hands. Bring them properly. Bring them. Touch your face. Take them back again. I want you to touch your face with those warm hands. Can you feel your eyes? Feel your nose? Feel your mouth? Can you feel your ears? Feel your face? This is self-awareness. Yeah? Touch your face properly with those warm hands and rub them again, rub them again, rub them again. Bring them again back to your face. Touch your face again, touch your face. This is self-awareness. Okay, I want you to do something else. Touch your shoulders. Just touch your shoulders. I want you to bring them back and forth. Let's do it 5 times. 1, take it back. 2, take it back. 3, take it back. 4, take it back. 5, take it back. I want you to hold the second shoulder take it front. 1, take it back. 2, take it back. 3, take it back. 4, take it back. 5, take it back. We are still on self-awareness. It's part of emotional quotient. You need to be aware of yourself. I don't know if I stood, if you could still see me on the camera. I hope I can be seen, but I want you to hold your knees. Hold your knees. Just bend and hold your knees. Can you hold your knees? Take it to the toes. Touch your toes. Hold your knees. 1. Touch your toes. Hold your knees. 2. Touch your toes. Hold your knees. 3. Touch your toes. Hold your knees. 4. Touch your toes. Hold your knees. 5. Now, I hope I'm focusing on you. This is self-awareness. You need to be aware of you, who you are. Many times we are concentrating on issues of life. We don't spend time on being aware about ourselves. Hold your chest like this. Just hold your chest. And I want you to breathe in. Breathe in. Out. Okay. I want you to breathe in 5 times. 5 times. You know, I don't mean in and out. I mean slowly. Okay, let's go. Okay. 1 in, 2 in, 3 in, 4 in, 5 in. Then out. Okay, let's go. 1 in, 2 in, out. Again. Out. Can we do it final time? Breathe in 5 times. 1. Out. Yeah, that is self-awareness. Just helping you to think about yourself. Sometimes when you are self-aware, you become self-regulated. You help yourself to control yourself. I don't know if there are things that are making you anxious for now, if there are things that are making you feel afraid, if there are things that are making you feel angry. When you become self-aware, you manage to control your soul. Sometimes when you get very angry, sometimes you just need to step back, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. By the time you're doing the 5th breathing, more often than not, you've controlled yourself. When you're fearful, when somebody has ambushed you, maybe you're in a situation of psychological warfare and someone has psychologically played a game on you. Let me tell you something about psychological games. We meet them every day. And that is what drives you to be anxious, angry, and that is what keeps on stealing your joy with every step. So when you hear a psychological game may come in form of a laughter, a comment, an attitude. And attitude is easy to recognize. If you are able to see or you can feel it, if there is a certain standing posture, someone is talking to you and they are standing in a certain way, that is an attitude. Somebody is talking to you in a certain way, that is an attitude. So whenever you face an attitude war, that is which is causing you to be anxious, angry, or afraid, breathe in, breathe out. Be self-aware. It will help you overcome. The moment you do that, you are reminded of who you are. You know, self-awareness is part of emotional quotient. If you want to be emotionally stable through the journey of life, work on your self-awareness. Always remind yourself of who you are, because issues of life, your environments will want to create noise, and noise comes in many ways. Noise comes in distractions, distractions of every kind. It can be good distractions, another dream in place of your dream. It can be a distraction in terms of, you know, psychological warfare, you know, things that may want to destabilize you. So when you recognize them, what you do is get into self-awareness. Quickly you remind yourself who you are. You are before you do. You are before you do. Whether you have enough money, whether you have the right color, whether you are in the right country, you are a human being first before you do anything that humanity brags about. So always remind yourself that you qualify for any good thing under the sun. The moment you recognize, you remind yourself that, it helps you calm down and focus on the real issues. Do not sweat the small stuff. Always remind yourself of where you are headed to. Believe it or not, we are already going for a break. I'm talking about emotional quotient. See you after the break.